Mindful Life Practice community.
All right, perfect. So we're going to start our practice today in a child's pose. And so to come into your child's pose, you can have your knees together, your knees wide and your toes together. And if you want to put a little cushion underneath your body, go ahead. And then you can just come all the way forward and rest. And so in this chakra balancing yoga practice that I'll be leading us through, we're going to be focusing on the 7 chakras, which are energy centers along your spine. And you're going to be kind of focusing on these areas and physically and also mentally. The goal is to bring your whole body and your mind into balance. So take deep breaths in and out. And maybe your intention for tonight's practice is I am balanced. Or maybe you have some other intention, like to find peace or groundedness or comfort or ease in your body. So the pose that we're working on now, it is all about grounding down through your root. The root chakra is at the base of the spine. And when the root chakra is in balance, we feel safe and secure with where we are in the world. So maybe your intention here is I am grounded. I am safe. Taking another breath in your child's pose. And then we're just going to make our way up off the cushion, all the way up onto our hands and knees. And then come through some cat-cow flows. The cat underneath me, I'm thinking about this startup that's hired me to film all these yoga classes. I'm going to be refilming all the classes for them because they didn't like my filming setup. But as the cat crawls under me, I'm thinking, I think one of the things, we're going to have a meeting on Zoom tomorrow, and I think that one of the things they're going to say to me is, your cat can't be in the yoga classes. Which I'm like, what would my yoga classes be without my cat? I don't know. But I have a feeling that's one of the one of the comments. Let's just do one more cat-cow flow. And then we're gonna come into target the hips. So you might come all the way up into a down dog just for a moment. And then we're gonna leave the left foot where it is, and then bring the right foot all the way forward. And you're going to, I am unfortunately going to move this cat. You are going to lay your right shin across the width of the mat and then kind of snuggle your left knee back. So this is a really deep hip opener. Nice. If this is okay for everyone's knees, we're going to stay here. Your knees are okay? Yeah. You could also prop yourself up with a cushion underneath your hip if you want. And then you can come onto your elbows. Nice, just getting into a deep kind of stretch. And this correlates to our sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is kind of connected to our ability to be creative. To go with the flow. To express our emotions. And when this chakra is out of balance, we might have strong reactions to things. Get stuck in these reactions and allow them to shape us. So your affirmation might be, I go with the flow. Or maybe I am open-minded, I am creative. take a few more breaths in our pigeon. And then we're going to come all the way up. And then just make our way back into a tabletop. And then we'll go the other way when you're ready. So maybe you come up into a down dog. And then lay your left shin across the width of the mat. So stepping the foot forward and just kind of wiggling it to the side. Yeah, you got it. Perfect. And then coming down onto your elbows. You know, I was thinking a little bit about this Andy Ramage interview when we were on the other side, because I think sometimes we make ourselves small. Right? Like I think to myself, you know, this guy is so famous in the sober world. He would never want to be on my little podcast. But if we don't take risks and we don't kind of believe in our own potential, then we never know. It's kind of cool when you do take one of those risks and you realize that it's like your own limiting beliefs that are holding you back really more than anything. Oh, there's Amber's cat. Wonder if Pete can hear Princess's purring. And that's why Pete's here. He says, yeah. Oh, pet yoga. I bet you the startup is going to say that to me. They want to meet to discuss the filming setup, and I bet they're going to want the cat out of the room. We're just going to be here for about a minute longer in this pigeon. You're doing awesome. I know that it's uncomfortable. Just give it about 3 more breaths. Nice. And then we're going to come up onto our hands and then back into a table. Nice. And now the next pose that we're going to do is we're going to come straight into a Sphinx pose, coming onto our elbows and lifting our heart. And so this is a back bend, and I'll give you an option later on of kind of lifting into it a little deeper. And actually, this chakra is about our personal power. This is about our core. It's called our solar plexus. It's right around the navel. So I probably should have saved the Andy Ramage story for this chakra, but oh well. But when this chakra is in balance, we believe in our potential. We see ourselves as limitless, and we kind of show up to that potential. So maybe as we're here in this shape, think to yourself, in what ways am I holding myself back from my potential? How can I just kind of show up more for myself and for the world around me? And in what ways are my own beliefs about myself holding me back? Now, if you want to come a little deeper into it, you're going to widen your hands and then just push through your palms and lift up, and know that it's just an option. This is called seal. And if your back immediately is not feeling it, then feel free to back off. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to or anything that doesn't feel good. Nice. Just stay there for a few more breaths. And then just slowly make your way down. And then you can rest your arms on your mat and rest your head. Just let your spine realign for a moment. And then we're going to do one more back bend. So we're going to come up onto our hands and our knees. Good. And then for this back bend, we're going to walk our hands forward. Actually, if you have yoga blocks handy, if you have yoga blocks, you can do a little bit of a shoulder opener. I'll just show you. And then you can also just come flat on the mat. And I'm going to move this cat. So if you're coming onto your blocks, you might land your elbows. She really wants to be here tonight. And then just rest your forehead down. And this will add a shoulder opener. And if you don't have blocks, you also don't need them. You can just be flat on your arms. Just be just like this. So the fourth chakra is where the outer world converges with the inner world. And this is the center of the body where we love ourselves. Where we're able to forgive ourselves.
and to forgive others. So your affirmation here might be, I am forgiving. I love myself unconditionally. Take a few more breaths. And then we're going to come all the way up to seated. Just making our way out of that. Nice. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a neck stretch and a thing for our feet, because I remembered that Amber, or someone asked for feet. I think it was Amber. So if you are comfortable like this, you're going to tuck your toes under and then sit your hips back on your heels. And I know this is painful for a while, and we are going to be holding this for a few minutes. So if you want to untuck, you also can do that. If you're okay like this, we're going to stretch our neck, which is the home of our throat chakra, our next chakra. So the chakras move up the body, the root, the sacral, the core, the heart, and then we're all the way at the throat. So we're just going to drop the right earlobe down towards the right shoulder. My regulars know that this is my favorite, one of my favorite stretches. And then you can land your right palm onto the side of your head. And then reach your left arm towards the side, maybe flipping the wrist. And so our throat is the home of our authenticity. And when this chakra is blocked, it's when we can't speak our authentic truth. We feel held back. When this chakra is in balance, we feel able to share how we feel. Take a few more breaths on this side.
And then we're gonna lift our head all the way up and then switch to the other way. So you're gonna drop the left earlobe down towards the left shoulder and land your left palm on the side of the skull. So your affirmation here might be, I am authentic. I speak my truth. How does it feel to be authentically and unapologetically you? How does it feel when you're able to say what's really on your mind? Take a few more breaths. And then you're just gonna lift your head all the way up. Nice work. Land your feet, or your hands, sorry. You can just paddle out your feet. Nice stuff. And we're gonna make our way into a seated shape. We're gonna do one more thing seated. So we're gonna stretch through the shoulders again, and this is gonna be related to the third eye. So you're gonna open your arms into cactus arms. We're coming into eagle arms. So you're gonna wrap your right arm underneath your left, okay? Crossing at the upper arms. Yeah, exactly. Even getting like low enough so that it's beneath the elbows, if that makes sense. And then you can either grip opposite shoulders, or you might be able to weave your arms up and like high five them together. If that makes sense. And then if you're in that connection, you're just gonna allow your thumbs to connect to your third eye. So your third eye, Ajna chakra. This is the home of your intuition. And it's your intuition that guides you. So your affirmation here might be, I trust my intuition. I am the inner guru. Take a few more breaths. And then let's unwind our arms. And then we're going to do it the opposite way. So crossing the left arm underneath the right and either gripping opposite shoulders or weaving the forearms together. Maybe connecting the thumbs to the third eye. I think a lot of us have intuitions about things that we might not hear or listen to. And one of the hardest parts about yoga is that you're forced to slow down and silence whatever else is going on. And then I find that the intuition just surfaces. And sometimes it's not exactly what you want to hear. I know in my past, when things have gotten hard, I've just been the queen of being busy to distract myself from what's really going on. And then when you slow down, you actually have to sit with it. See if you can sit with it for just a few more breaths. And then we're going to unwind our arms. Any little movements here that would feel good, feel free to take them. Nice. And then we're going to make our way into our final resting pose, which is our Shavasana. So you're going to extend your legs and let your heels be grounded and let your toes droop away. Rest one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Let your body be grounded and totally comfortable and safely held. The seventh chakra is the crown chakra. And the thing about this chakra is that we cannot open it ourselves. The seventh chakra is all about connection to ourselves and connection to the universe and connection to whatever force we believe in.
And it's said that this chakra comes into balance when all the rest are balanced and opened. I think the best way that we can pay attention is through slowing down and tuning in, and then just tending to the parts of our body that need tending to. We'll rest here for a few more moments and know that I'll bring you back when the time is up. Please prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Please prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. If you're on your back body still, just give a little wake up wiggle. Stretching and breathing through your body. Eventually, we're all going to meet up in no hurries or worries, sitting crisscross. Bringing your hands together at your heart center. Closing with our intention. And it's that our practice remain steady and our efforts remain continuous. And our yoga serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be safe and happy and healthy and free. And may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. So let's finish with an Om sound, and we're going to inhale and exhale, and then inhale through to make the Om. So big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Thank you so much for joining me, for sharing this space and the practice. The light in me, it sees and it honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining. How's everyone?